Welcome to Notice Tonight, India Votes 2019 series. I am Wasbir Hussain. 14 of the 25 seats from the Northeast in the Lok Sabha are from Assam, and therefore Assam has the highest representation in parliament from the region. But the politics in Assam is way different from that in the other 7 states of the Northeast. If one looks at it superficially or briefly, the politics in Assam in the past 3 decades or more have been revolving around the issue of illegal migration. Simply speaking, it has been the politics of citizenship that has been determining the fate of most candidates or political parties. But what is it going to be this time round? Is it going to be the same? After all, the 2019 Lok Sabha polls, as far as Assam is concerned, are being held in the backdrop of the massive protest against the NDA government's move to pass the Citizenship Amendment Bill. This is the background in which the present elections are being fought in Assam. Will this have any impact at all, or are the voters not bothered about this? The main regional party, the AGP, that was in the forefront of the anti-citizenship amendment bill movement, has now come back to the BJP fold or the BJP-led alliance, although the BJP has made it very clear that it will definitely pass the citizenship amendment bill if it returns to power in New Delhi. But is migration the only issue in Assam? Why are issues like floods, erosion, livelihood, power situation, big dams, industrialization, etc. not in the political discourse during the campaign? Why is the campaign discourse mainly confined to such silly issues like local and non-local or local versus Salani? Is anyone interested anymore whether a certain candidate talked about male fish and female fish 5 years ago? Does anyone care whether there is an open or secret alliance between the Congress or the AIUDF? After all, an alliance is an alliance, whether it is secret or open. Well, to discuss the subject, I have in our studios Mr. Dilip Padgiri of the Akkam Gana Parishad, Ms. Janki Goswami of the BJP, Ms. Bobita Sharma joins me. She is from the Congress, who is the party candidate for the prestigious Guwahati Lok Sabha seat. And I, of course, have 2 eminent commentators, Mr. Moyur Bora and Professor Akhil Ranjan Datta, both from Guwahati University and from Shillong. I am joined by Dr. Prasenjit Biswas from NEHU, who is a leading political analyst and is a keen observer of the socio-political scene, not just in Assam, but of the entire Northeast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this special edition of Northeast Tonight. I'd like to first go to you, Dr. Prasenjit Biswas. Sitting in Shillong, Prasenjit, how are you looking at the elections, particularly the 14 Lok Sabha seats in Assam? Is migration the only issue? Even migration seems to have been diluted. Of course, only today, BJP National President Amit Shah once again made an attempt to bring migration to the top of the BJP's Assam agenda. He said that if the Modi Sarkar is back, then forget about human beings. Not even a parinda or a bird will be allowed to enter India illegally. Is this just election rhetoric, or how are you looking at the situation in Assam, Prasenjit?
Yeah, the situation in Assam is very precarious in the sense that the alliances that BJP has entered into are still to materialize into a consolidated force. As we know, the difference between AGP and BJP has been widening on this issue of Citizenship Amendment Bill, and the issue remains alive despite AGP coming back to AGP's fold. So the electorate has understood that there is something wrong in the state of Denmark, in the very alliance itself. And therefore, it's not possible to really turn this entire setback, political setback that BJP has suffered because of Citizenship Amendment Bill to its favor. Although there is no Modi wave and there is an anti-incumbency because of the failure of the government in many fronts, especially in the employment arena. Therefore, the best way will be to divert it to citizenship or immigration issue, and that's what probably BJP's chief has done today in Assam, but that's not going to impress a large part of electorate anymore in Assam.
We'll wait and
Therefore,
watch.
Assam is still looking for a certain kind of an alternative to the LGP-BJP alliance.
Okay, we'll wait and watch, because at the end of the day, this is the biggest festival of democracy where the people's verdict is supreme. We'll have to wait for a month or more to see the result. But yes, this is your point of view. You are free to give your point of view. We have a BJP spokesperson in our studio. I'll come to you, Janki Goswami. But before I come to my panelists in the studio, Dr. Akhil Ranjan Datta, you know, when it seemed almost that the migration issue has been absolutely diluted, nobody was talking about the Citizenship Amendment Bill. Hardly anybody was talking about illegal migration, particularly the AGP and the BJP. Suddenly today, the BJP national president said, if the Modi government is back, forget about human beings. Not even a Parinda will be allowed to come back, or will be allowed to come into Assam, or can come into Assam. But now, Akhil Ranjan Datta, the Supreme Court only 3 to 4 days ago has absolutely slammed the Assam government for the disappearance of 70,000 declared illegal migrants. So what do you think about this particular issue from the point of view of the elections?
I think BJP has been, manufacturing lies and manufacturing lot of myths about its own policies and about its own initiatives. For last 2 years and so, whatever we have seen has been that it has tried to imprison the state of Assam and its people to a singular issue, the issue of citizenship. I think the whole attention, whole objective has been to divert the attention of the people from the substantive issues like that you have mentioned in the very beginning. For example, what have been the substantive issues for the people of Assam? The substantive issues have been, flood, erosion, unemployment, and overall development, which were outlined in the vision document of BJP in 2016. Now, for last 2 years and so, they have imprisoned the people of Assam on the street around the issue of caste, and suddenly they have discovered that immigration is a vital issue. I think it's a big lie.
Okay.
It's a big myth.
I'll come back to
and
you.
They have been trying to mislead the people.
Thanks for the opening remarks. I'm coming back to, but I must come to you, Ms. Janki Goswami. You are the BJP spokesman. You heard the two opening remarks by the two political analysts, both academics. Now, the issue is, you see, we are now about 15 days into the election campaign, at least more than 10 days into the election campaign, serious campaign. But nobody was talking about the migration issue. Even there was not much of a discourse, not much of a discussion on the Citizenship Amendment Bill. But today, suddenly, when we were almost beginning to think whether the migration issue has become diluted this time, whether it is only an attack on the opposition versus the main challenger, that is the BJP and the opposition. Now, my question is to you, Ms. Janki Goswami, is this: why do you think the BJP national president once again brought this migration issue as top of Assam's agenda? He said if the Modi government is back, we will not even forget about human beings, not even a Parinda can come into India.
See, we all know the importance of the migration issue in Assam, how it has plagued the entire social fabric has been changed, the entire demographic pattern has been changed over a period of years, over decades, we should actually admit. Yeah. So, I think talking about the migration issue and telling in public rallies, if he has spoken out openly about this, that we are not going to encourage any more illegal migration, I don't think there is any wrong in saying that, because our process is entirely to stop this process of illegal migration any further. Okay. And there have been people have been telling us, where is your attempt in doing that? But what was NRC? We had absolutely and sincerely tried to put forward the NRC, and the draft has come out. So it is a process. Our process is on to stop illegal migration, and yes, as we talk about detection and deportation and deletion, the entire process will be through after a period of time. Just give us some more time.
We'll have to wait and watch. Ms. Babita Sharma, welcome. I'm coming to you in a short while, but I'm coming to you also, Mayur Bora, for your opening remarks. But Dilip Patgiri, you know, you have come back into the alliance even after the BJP has said that they will bring back the Citizenship Amendment Bill. Now, there is a feeling that nobody was talking about the migration issue. The people wanted that, almost thought that it has been forgotten by the political parties, including the AGP and the BJP, because for the AGP, the less you talk about migration and citizenship amendment bill, it is better for you, because you are the party which, took a stand, quit the alliance, then again, you are in a hurry to come back to the alliance. You are now in a difficult situation. That is what is the perception. But you have your own reasons. How are you going to defend your coming back into the BJP fold? And what do you think about the migration issue as such?
See, we had the alliance with BJP in 2016. And then after we had sorted out many things. And but after some time, after 2 years, after the alliance, when it was going smoothly, suddenly CAB is come up. CAB comes up. That's why. But as a party who is the offshoot of Assam movement, who is the offshoot of Assam Accord, we have to oppose it. That's why we oppose it. But at that time, our leadership had said various times, in numbers of times, that we are opposing BJP because of this CAB will bring Bangladeshis from outside, from Bangladesh, or because with the Assam Accord, which is the Bible for us, even Bible for Assam.
Yes, you are saying that you are opposing CAB because you think that if CAB is passed, then Bangladeshis might facilitate a certain section of Bangladeshis to come.
Right.
But Dilip Padgiri, what has changed? Because the BJP is clear on its stand. BJP has not diluted. They are very clear. Janaki Goswami will bear me out a little later. I will ask her again this question before I finish my opening remarks. BJP is firm. BJP has said that when we come back to power, we'll once again make sure that the CAB is passed. Now, nothing has changed. But why did you decide to come back, and how are you going to tell your voters? How will you convince your voters now?
Because of we came back. That's why that the BJP also willing to willing to share this election with us. We are also we have certain things that we are to take BJP as a co-party in this election.
You are a partner in this election. You are a partner in this election.
But see, when the CAB came, we deserted BJP. We deserted that alliance.
Okay.
But after that, it is now no CAB. Actually,
okay, no CAB. I can understand your limitation. I can understand your difficulty in answering this question. I'll come back to you, Mr. Dilip Padgiri. I can fully understand your difficulty because no CAB now, but if the BJP wins, there will be CAB. We'll wait and watch. You're saying that you will take your next action when the time comes. That's what is going to be your argument, right?
But is clear that we will oppose CAB even it comes again.
Okay, that's clear. At least that clarity is there that they will continue to oppose CAB if it comes again. I'm coming to you, Mayur Bora, but before that, Ms. Babita Sharma, welcome. You are the Congress candidate for the prestigious Guwahati Lok Sabha seat. How do you see the contest? How do you see the fight developing in the Guwahati seat, Babita?
I have started my unofficial campaign from after the day of filing my nomination from Hajo constituency, that is day before yesterday. And yesterday I went to Dudhnoi constituency. So I'm concentrating now more on the rural areas, which is a little away from Guwahati city. And I feel from the responses that I've got from the people that they're fed up with the BJP, government and their MPs who have done no work since the last 10 years.
Okay, but you said that you are saying that the people are fed up, but the point is it enough to try and go with only a negative campaign, Babita Sharma? What would you, for instance, like to tell your voters? Because it isn't enough to only talk against the opponents, isn't it?
Of course not. We should not concentrate only on the negative aspect.
Yeah.
That definitely makes a big impact because people are fed up. You cannot just shy away from reality. But yes, Guwahati is a prestigious seat, parliamentary seat, and we have a lot to do for Guwahati. And Guwahati encompasses 10 assembly constituencies, and each constituency is unique, and each constituency has its own issues. Each constituency has its own scope for development. For instance, yesterday when I went to Dudhnoi, the people there said that in the area called Krishnai, they don't even have a fire brigade, although Dudhnoi has, but Dudhnoi is a little away. So when there's a fire incident, you know, these are small things, but they make a big,
okay.
They are big problems
right.
for the local residents. They don't even have a hospital close by, which is good enough for them to go.
Yeah.
There are issues like bridges. There are issues like, as I said, hospitals and fire brigades and things like that, which are very local. There are issues like erosion in areas like Boko, in areas like Palashbari. So
okay.
Many things
right.
are required at the moment.
Right. We will come to that. We'll come back to everyone. Mayur Bora, you have heard everybody. Now the question is, you see, initially the campaign, when it started in the last 10 days, we saw a lot of people, the BJP criticizing the Congress and the UPA, the Congress talking about Rafale, trying to pin down the BJP. I'm talking about the All India context. And when you come to Assam, nobody was talking about any issue in particular. We did not hear anyone talking about floods, erosion, power situation, industrialization, jobs, etc. And even migration was not in the discourse of this particular campaign, I'm saying so far. Only today, suddenly, we saw the BJP national president in Bordumsa earlier in the morning was talking about development and infrastructure. Then he went to Thobal in Manipur, where he was talking absolutely about sports infrastructure, etc. in Manipur. Then suddenly when he came to Morigaon for the campaign, he talked about this issue which I have already said, that if the Modi government is back, forget about humans, even a bird cannot enter India illegally. Now, how do you see this discourse? I want a broad overview from you, Mayur Bora.
See, BJP is a master in running an imaginative campaign that we have seen in 2014 also. But the main problem with that campaign is that it is not premised on any structural, solid arguments. It is always based on some rhetorical flourishes. Today he is talking about birds and all. It reminds me of what Honorable Prime Minister came to our neighboring state and said, if we come to power in Assam, the people have to pack up and go. So they are very good at rhetoric, but you are very right. In the same time, Congress is also running some sort of a negative campaign, and it really pains me immeasurably with a profound sense of sorrow and sadness. I am sorry, Dilip Padgiri is trying to defend the indefensible. Within 2 months, they have, see, AGP at one point of time was a template of people's love and affection and respect. Today, AGP has become like a big joke and shame on the people of Assam, because the same people, it is nothing but Bayesian opportunity. I don't like BJP, I may not like Congress also, but BJP is clear that if we come to power, the Amit Shah came, I think, told in Guwahati, then cab would be passed. And AGP, you have seen what they have done. So this way the people of Assam has been totally disenchanted, and the main problem is the democratic discourse in the country that you have pointed out has been hugely trivialized and destroyed. I think this is a bad sign for Indian democracy.
I will come to you, Dilip Padgiri, but Janki Goswami, the point which Mayur Bora is making is that rhetoric, whether BJP is the only party making rhetoric, I have my doubts, because most political parties are engaged in rhetoric. But you have to talk about your party. Now, how is your party's campaign different? Can you explain?
See, our campaign is very realistic. I wouldn't say, because if you look at the manifesto that the Congress has come up with just a few days back, if you look at their agenda, then you will find there are so many imaginative elements in that manifesto. But what our promises, the promises that we had kept in 2014, we are trying our best to stick to those promises. We had promised on infrastructure development, we had promised on electrification, rural electrification. We have been successful in doing these two to a great extent, I would say. Because if you look at Northeast, and if you see the connectivity issues which had plagued Northeast for such a long while, a lot of issues have been solved now. There is a plan of making 10,500 extra kilometers of road additional. additional, then you will also see the railway connectivity which has improved. There are now 24 new trains running from Northeast.
True.
Okay.
So these are statistics.
These are things we
One
have
rebuttal. I think
spoken
she's
about.
very right when she talks about on certain
these are
developmental
things
issues
we have
BJP
spoken
is trying
about.
to do. But the most important thing, they have brought in a lot of toxicity to the society. We have seen throughout the country what has happened, and I am more concerned about the people of Assam. After that Assam agitation, and they said that we will come and protect the Jati, Mati and Beti. The same party, after coming to power, now they have got the audacity, gumption to say that if we come to power, a certain portion belonging to a certain political or religious group would be welcome in Assam, and the lakhs of people's protest in
that is the same argument.
We are time and again saying one thing, that we are very much interested, and our topmost priority is to save the political and constitutional rights of the indigenous people. And we have done so. We have showed people by bringing up the clause 6 of the Assam Constitution.
Yes, Akhil Ranjan Datta, you are saying something. Yes, Akhil. Yes. Yes, Dr. Akhil Ranjan Datta, were you trying to say something? Akhil?
No connection.
I think Akhil's phone line is Prosenjit. I'm coming to you, Dilip Patgiri. Prosenjit, rhetoric, we should not be surprised at political rhetoric, because rhetoric is a part of this big dance of democracy, this festival of democracy. So there has to be some rhetoric. But can rhetoric alone, in the context of Assam, as I was asking this question, how do you look at it? It's not a question of BJP, Congress or AGP. It's a question of potential political representatives not talking about key issues that impact on the Aam Aadmi. It's not a question of BJP or Congress. It's a question of political parties and leaders and potential candidates who will represent the state and the people in parliament, not talking about key issues that affect the ordinary people.
Yes, polarization in case of Assam assumes a very
No, don't talk about polarization. Prosenjit, I'm not talking about... No, Prosenjit, let us not... Prosenjit, I would... Sorry to interrupt you. We are not talking... Let us not talking... Let us not go into this predictable lines of polarization or no polarization. I am asking you a very simple question without going into BJP, Congress. My question is, why do you think no political candidates or parties are trying to talk about basic issues concerning the ordinary people? That is my worry.
Because my worry is that there is a crisis of legitimation of the very political process itself. The way people are trying to garner support in using democratic means are not good enough for them. They have to always take recourse to something that is extra, because none of them are actually doing the basic duty and the basic work. For example, issues like employment generation, issues like equity in development, issues like the kind of connectivity disorder that we have between Barak Valley and Brahmaputra Valley, between Lower Assam and Upper Assam, and also the movement of workforce from one area to another area and the consequent inequality of the large number of workforce, and the dwindling of the agricultural sector, complete absence of industrial productivity, and also failure of the state government to deliver basic services like health and education in the remote part of Assam and various villages. These are the issues that are afflicting the public life, on which political leaders are not sensitive enough.
Not commenting and sensitive enough. I am coming to you, Dr. Akhil Ranjan Datta, but Dilip Patgiri, 70,000 people, Supreme Court of India. See, I'm asking you this question because, as you yourself said, your party has been a fallout of the Assam agitation. Now, the question is, Supreme Court has wrapped the Assam government, saying that where have these 70,000 declared Bangladeshis disappeared? They have almost summoned the Chief Secretary. They have asked questions, which the Assam government has itself said in its affidavit, oh, we don't know where the 70,000 people have gone. Is this the seriousness with which the government of Assam, I'm not talking about the present government, it's all governments, successive governments in Assam, do you think they have taken, your government was also in power for 10 years. Now, my question is this the way the government of Assam is dealing with an issue of migration? You just don't even know that 70,000 of Bangladeshis who have been declared as illegal migrants have disappeared and merged into the local population. What do you think? What is your specific comment on this?
This is the failure on the part of government of any color or any government. Actually, after Supreme Court has taken taking this issue, now I hope the government of the day, whether in government in Assam or government in center, they will take this seriously and more seriously, and without insisting without saying that we won't.
It's the responsibility of the government of the day. Sorry, I'll have to go for a break, but before that, very, very quickly, Dr. Akhil Ranjan Datta, 70,000 illegal Bangladeshis disappearing. How are you looking at this?
I think it's a gross failure on the part of the government. It's not only a failure, it's also insincerity on the part of the government. As I have said in the very beginning, that the government, which is in power now, has been trying to divert the attention of the people from the substantive issues. This might also be a tactic on the part of the government to imprison the people on such issues, on its own failure, and diverting the attention of the people from the substantive issues. But I have listened to Janki Goswami and Dilip Padgri. I have only a very vital issue to be asked before them. Janki Goswami said that now onward, nobody will be, even a bird, will be allowed to enter Assam from across the border. What does it mean? They are folding the sanctity of Assam Accord or not? Do they mean that till 2019 April, they will allow all illegal migrants who had already entered Assam will be allowed to stay
These
here?
are very serious questions. These are very serious questions that needs to be answered. We'll come back and continue with the discussion. On this note, I go for a short break. Stay on, don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We are saying the discussion was why are political parties not discussing vital issues that impact the Aam Aadmi or that are of concern to the Aam Aadmi, but gender is also an issue. I'm going to ask this question to Janki Goswami, but before that, Babita Sharma, how is it for a woman to be in politics, easy or difficult? Luckily for you, your main opponent, Queen Oza of the BJP is also a woman.
Well, I don't think one should differentiate between a man and a woman in any field. While we encourage women to be educated, to go for a job, a woman is as good as any man. So why not in politics as well? There are very less number of women in electoral politics, but given a chance, I think women can also do very, very well in electoral politics. Although it is tough for women to get a nomination, that itself is a big struggle. But when we get it, we find that we get a lot of good response from the people. Wherever I have gone, I have had good response from the people. Nobody has said to me that because you are a woman, you should not contest. In fact, they have been very welcoming, both from the, both male and women. All of them have welcomed me.
Right. Now we were asking, we were also in the studio, we were discussing this question, why are candidates only busy attacking their rival political parties or candidates? Why are they not talking so much about real issues that affect the ordinary people, ordinary person on the street, for example? So what do you think? Does it bother you? Babita.
Well, that is how everybody has to see, because when a government comes to the people, when a party comes to the people for requesting for votes, they always come with promises, and promises are meant to be kept. We have manifestos. Each party has a manifesto that we are going to do this thing, we are going to do that, and that are not meant to be false promises. They are supposed to be real promises. So definitely at the end of 5 years, people will also question, you said this, you wanted, you promised good days, achhe din, you promised 15 lakhs in the bank accounts, you promised 2 crore jobs. So obviously they will be asking questions, and that is also what we also do. The political parties will also ask questions. Why did you promise all these things if you did not even know how to keep these promises? So
Janki, there would have been no problem if all candidates were like Ms. Babita Sharma, who is saying that, you know, people have the right to ask these questions, so on and so forth. She even wished success to her primary opponent on the day of filing the nominations. So what do you think? Do you think, you know, every politician should refrain from criticizing the rivals and basically concentrate on focusing on what they plan to do and what is their, and go concentrate on a positive campaign?
It is a surprise that she is talking so well about our representative.
No, she only wished her good luck. She didn't say anything more than that.
But yes, of course, there should be a healthy competition. There should not be any insinuation between the members. But having said so, I would also like to say one thing that in this phase of elections, I have observed one thing, that it is the Congress party's candidates who have been primarily engaging themselves in criticizing their opponents. But as far as our candidates are concerned, and I'm not being biased on this, let me speak very neutrally, that I have observed the candidates who have gone to the fields, our candidates who have gone to the fields, they have mainly concentrated on speaking about the Asoni, you know, the schemes that have been brought about, which have touched the lives of many people in Assam and many people across our country.
Okay.
So our candidates I have seen their primary focus has been that, how to talk about the benefits of these schemes that have come forward.
Yeah, Moyur Bora, you know, what has this discourse degenerated to? Today, we heard Pradut Bordoloi, the Congress candidate, saying that, oh, more tribal or tez ase, I have got tribal blood flowing in my veins. Mr. Torun Gogoi, the veteran Congress leader, earlier said that you have got Sukafa's blood running in his veins, and, you know, Bir Silarai's blood running in his veins. And today, the BJP candidate said, Ahomiyar tez ase. What's going on? I mean, at the end of the day, blood is red. Everybody has blood that whose color of which is red. Who bothers about whose blood you have in your body?
I mean,
but is it just attempt to deflect from real issues and engaging in this tamasha going on all around?
This is a policy of deflection, policy of dilution, policy of destruction of the real issues from the discourse, and how to deflect it and degenerate it, as you have rightly pointed out. I'd like to respectfully remind all of them that Bhupen Hazarika's famous number, Manuhe Manuhor Babe, nobody talks about the blood of a human being. They are talking about you go to a tribal dominated area. If I am the person who is going to contest in the election, I will tell that my this thing is composed of blood of all this tribe. So that's what it is going on, and I think Janki Goswami was to some extent right. I think it has got a gender issue, like women, as we have seen in the context of Assam, mostly in Brahmaputra Valley, especially in the Guwahati Lok Sabha constituency, I have seen they have maintained a certain level of standard, both BJP and Congress to a certain extent. But you go to Tezpur, what kind of thing is going on, both by BJP as well as by Congress? Somewhere BJP would be more, sometime in some constituency Congress would be more. So that's why I said the political discourse has been trivialized, and it has been totally been toxic. So and that's why it's a trend for Indian democracy. I am
going to Akhil Ranjan Datta and Dr. Prasenjit Biswas, but very quickly, Dilip Padgiri, how are you looking at this whole discourse about local versus non-local? Nobody is talking about the country, whereas on one hand we are saying that we are a strong united India. That should be the broad theme. I mean, like, you are free to contest election from any state, but still we are talking just because the Congress has put a candidate for whatever reason, MG BK Bhanu, who is not from Assam, but he is the candidate in Tezpur. Is this provocation enough to talk about this local versus non-local, local versus Chalani? What blood do we have? Is it important at all? Honestly, I want because you have been a part of the movement in Assam, I want an honest and blunt reply from you.
I do not subscribe the view. It's a very personal opinion of mine. I do not subscribe such a view that local or not local. Suppose Bhanu is here for 34 years. He's 34 years for years, and now he is already settled in Tezpur. He has a house there, or he had done a lot of in Tezpur. So Tezpur people know him. See.
No, why I give this example?
I am come to the point. I am coming to the point.
Main issues.
No, I am not campaigning for Bhanu actually.
You can
No. Yes, continue, please.
Suppose if he is being branded as not local. Suppose Mr. Modi, our Prime Minister, he is hailing from Gujarat. He is also campaigning from. I mean to say Banaras. Mr. Rahul Gandhi, he is going to campaign from
So these are,
Kerala.
according to you, these should be non-issues.
Yes.
There are more important issues than this.
It should not be bring to the discourse.
Yeah, this should not be. This is a very clear-cut statement from Dilip Padgiri there. These are not issues which are important. There are more important. Janki, you agree there are more important issues than these things?
Yes, of course there are important issues. There are issues of development that we should dwell upon. And moreover, I would say that if somebody talks about, I have tribal blood running in my veins, then I feel that is more rhetoric. That is more rhetoric. That is a style of speaking to woo voters and nothing beyond that. I think they should restrain from making such comments.
The problem with rhetorics is that we always tend to degenerate and decelerate into something which is not good for democracy.
Yeah, Dr. Akhil Ranjan Datta,
sticking to the agenda and sticking to issues should be priority.
Agenda and issues should be priority. These are not important. There are more pressing issues. Dr. Akhil Ranjan Datta, we have already described that elections are the biggest festival of democracy. Festival, you are supposed to take liberties during festival because you are in a very euphoric mood. But does it entitle the politicians, candidates, supporters to trivialize things to this level? Dr. Akhil Ranjan Datta. Whereas in a state like Assam, where there are hardly any industries, where there is, people are struggling for jobs. This has been not happened in the last 5 to 6 years. This has been the story ever since the last many decades. We are fighting for jobs. We are fighting for higher educational facilities. We are fighting for power. We are not damming the Brahmaputra. We don't have power. We have got a huge river flowing by, yet we don't have drinking water and power, electricity. So these are issues, isn't it, Dr. Akhil Ranjan Datta?
Yes, I think these are the vital issues, these are the substantive issues that the common people had expected that the politicians will address. But remember, and I have been telling it time and again, that we need to keep in mind the political context. The political context is in privatization of resources. The political context is transfer of common people's resources to the corporate. In such a political context, it is rather ideological bankruptcy and a political bankruptcy that all political parties indulge in. Therefore, I think this is, for me, this is not something very unexpected. These are only on expected lines. The government, who has been indulging in transferring resources from the commons to the corporate, they will be only indulging in such issue. But having said that, I think the opposition should have been very careful. Opposition should have been more responsible. And in this context, I am referring to Congress. Congress has come up with a manifesto, and they have a kind of substantive issues they have incorporated in the national manifesto. For example, they have talked about AFSPA. For example, they have talked about restoring the special status of Assam in the overall scheme of the economic affairs of the government. They have talked about the withdrawal of CAB. They have talked about many other issues. I think opposition, particularly Congress, should have taken advantage of it, should have diverted the whole narrative of political discourse in Assam.
Congress was only busy on talking about the Chowkidar remark of the Prime Minister. I'll ask this question, but Prosenjit, do you agree that Congress has missed
That is very unfortunate.
Okay, yeah. Prosenjit is, Prosenjit, if you can hear me, you can continue speaking. okay, Prasenjit is not underlined, but
one thing.
Okay,
Wasbir,
Prasenjit, I'll quickly go to Prasenjit, Mayur, just a minute. Prasenjit, if you can hear me, you know, basically, do you think Congress has missed a huge opportunity because Rahul Gandhi is going around everything and talking only starts with the Chowkidar remark of the Prime Minister, oh, he's a Chowkidar and this and that. So why should he be bothered about only that? Congress is also not campaigning on a positive plank. You know, Congress has, yes, we know that they have released a huge manifesto, but they are not telling the people in a very, very clear terms as to what they have in mind for the Northeast, for example.
They have stated very clearly that they will restore the special status of state of Assam and other northeastern states. And they will bring back the wealth that is lost from the northeastern states because of the extractive economy that is being carried out between the mainland and the northeast of India. Now, this is a significant statement about reversing the economic policy in terms of which northeast felt itself deprived since independence. The other question is the rising number of educated, unemployed young people. Large number of people are trying to enter into the workforce, but they don't have any opportunity. So there's a huge migration, out-migration of the educated, unemployed people from northeast to southern states or to the northern states. Now, Congress wanted to work out an economic policy that can stem such a migration, and Congress's documents actually has brought out a clear blueprint about it. Now, Congress candidate like
Prasenjit, hold your thoughts.
Has spoken about this kind of an employment policy.
Hold your thoughts. I'll come back. You said, do you agree with what Prasenjit is basically
not
saying?
Totally, I do not agree with him. But on two certain issues, it's right that Congress has very categorically said that if they come to power, that cab will go. They will drop off cab. Then also about restoration of the special status, what Akhil and Professor Biswas has also highlighted. But what Professor Biswas has told just now, that they will try also to restore the lost economic opportunities.
That is very vague.
That's very vague, and that will not be possible. Why? Because after 1991, what we have seen in the country, that liberalization has come good, bad or ugly, and it has become an irreversible process, whether it is Congress, Devegowda, Gujral or BJP by Wasbir, you cannot stop it.
Now the more important question.
You may like it or may not like it, but you can't stop it.
More important question, Dilip Padgiri. Now, you know, you have been given 3 seats. AGP is contesting 3 seats. You are contesting in Dhubri, Borpeta and Koliabor. Now, do you think that you failed to bargain with the BJP because you are already out of the alliance, you desperately wanted to come back, therefore you had to take these 3 very, very tough seats?
No.
These are 3 very tough seats. You have to admit that. Dhubri is a very tough seat for you. Borpeta is also a very tough seat.
No.
How are you looking at it? You might have a different view, of course.
No. What we have given, or we snatch, what you say, 3 seats from BJP.
Snatched?
Yeah, you can say. I am telling you, because we are going to win at least 2 seats. That is Borpeta, which you think is impossible to conquer.
No, I didn't say impossible. I said difficult.
And Koliabor, because
nothing is impossible.
Yes, nothing is impossible. So it is nothing. So in case of Koliabor and Borpeta, both seats we are going to win, and we will give a tough fight to Badruddin Ajmal in Dhubri also.
No, Janki, I have to ask you. I have to.
Statement, Wasbir, please allow me.
Yes.
He is talking about snatching seats from BJP. I have a fervent appeal to him. Please try to snatch sanity and reason from the common people of Assam. This is an appeal to AGP. Please snatch our sanity and reason and do what you were promised to do if you are really an offshoot of Assam agitation.
Please respond.
People of Assam have made their position very clear in the last 3-4 months.
Dilip Padgiri respond.
So kindly take that.
Running short of time.
From us.
I am having actually, I mean to say the Porikhan I mean to say statistics, but I don't go by that. Now
you mean to say common people like us do not fall into your statistics? This is the grammar of politics you are trying to do in.
Let him respond. Let him respond. Mayur, please, let him respond.
I am in a political party. You are not in a political party. So I see politics from a very close quarter, you know. So I am telling you, we are going to win Koliabor and we are going to win Borpeta. Thing is in favor of Mitra Jodhya in the alliance.
Now, Janki, I mean, has it been difficult for you, honestly?
I have reasons to say, but I don't want to
I'm not expecting a blunt answer from you, but at least I'm expecting an attempted honest answer from you? Has it been reasonable answer from you? Basically, has it been extremely difficult for you to bring back the AGP and now present whether your votes are going to be transferred to the AGP or not? That is the million-dollar question, because you are contesting against AIUDF in Dhubri. Borpeta is a very difficult seat both for the BJP and the AGP. Had the BJP been contesting, do you think AGP votes would have transferred? Now it has to be the other way around. BJP votes have to transfer to the... So do you think alliance is... A lot of people are saying that one argument is that the alliance has been at the top, but at the grassroots people are confused.
No, because what I'll tell you is that Borpeta is not a very difficult seat for us. We are sure of winning Borpeta this time, and even Koliabor. Because Koliabor also, the situation is different now, what it was before. It is absolutely different. If you look at our picture, and if the votes of AGP and BJP merge, that's what the alliance partner is formed for, then we are going to win Koliabor and Borpeta this time. So Dhubri, I will not comment, very honestly. But Borpeta and Koliabor,
so you're pinning the
Koliabor
AGP,
is in our favor. The swing is in our favor.
Both AGP and BJP,
no,
both alliance partners.
I'm speaking on, I'm speaking in on
your
behalf
assessment
of the alliance.
Yes,
yeah.
but the overall assessment of the alliance, since two representatives here, is that they are going to have a smooth sailing in both Koliabor as well as Borpeta, but they have admitted that Dhubri may be a difficult ball game. We'll have to wait and watch. But Babita Sharma, we were earlier discussing, coming back to this, Babita Sharma, illegal migration seems to have been diluted until, of course, today. It has been diluted, disappeared from discourse. Do you think if the candidates then, what are they going to campaign on? Because nobody is also talking about the basic issues which we have discussed, like floods and erosion, because there are people living in embankments for generations. For example, no one is talking about that. Babita.
Well, this has been a big issue for elections in Assam. Every time there is an election in Assam, this issue of illegal migrants comes up inevitably. That is why, because of this problem, our government, led by Tarun Gogoi, had wanted to solve this problem once and for all. That is why, in association with ASU and other parties, we had formulated the NRC. We encouraged to have the NRC. We talked with the central government, and NRC was in process. So that NRC, main idea of NRC was to solve the illegal migrants problem once and for all, so that no party can make it an election issue. But that has not happened. In fact, what we have seen is that because it was a continuous process, the government that came in power in 2016 was supposed to complete the NRC, but that was not done. In fact, instead of illegal migrants taking out from the draft process, mostly Indian citizens were left out. 40 lakh people were left out of NRC, and majority of them were genuine Indian citizens. So these things now say that people still want to keep the illegal migrants issue afloat. Similarly, by bringing the Citizenship Amendment Bill, the issue of illegal migrants, the issue of migrants from other countries is still being kept alive by other parties, which we didn't want. There was no need for the Citizenship Amendment Bill to be brought in when everybody had accepted the Assam Accord, when everybody had accepted 1971 as the cutoff year. So political parties want to keep it alive.
Yes, Janki was saying something.
Yeah, the pathetic state of affairs is that they could never stop illegal migration. If we say that 1985 should have been 1971 should have been the cutoff year, we should also be very, very clear on, has any immigration happened after that? And we know the picture, we know the reality, what it is. And now what I would like to say is, what she has said now, she would bring about development. They have always been talking and talking and talking about it since the last 60 years, and we have heard it ample number of times.
Yes,
we want real development. We want something concrete to happen.
You are saying, Babita Sharma said 40 lakh people have been left out.
Even the manifesto that they have brought about this time is absolutely unrealistic. They have promised to give 72,000 to every household. Will they be able to deliver that?
We'll wait and watch.
Where is the source of fund?
We'll wait and watch. Everybody can say...
As that promise 15 lakh by...
everybody can say whatever they want.
That was not our manifesto.
Not our manifesto, but it was said, but there will be two arguments definitely. Whenever there is a claim, there will be two arguments. We will not go into that. There is no time for that now. Yes, Dilip Padgiri, you said, Babita Sharma said 40 lakh people have been left out. Very quickly.
How she knows? I don't know. 40 lakhs people left out from NRC. How can say
these names did not figure in?
Yeah.
That's what she was
Wasbir.
perhaps saying.
How can she say that these all are
just tell me one thing,
all are
Babita's response. One
Indian
thing,
people.
what regarding CAB, what Congress party has done at last, I personally appreciate and civil society in Assam appreciates. But what she has told about NRC, I cannot appreciate because it's absolutely ridiculous. We all remember what has happened in Borpeta.
That pilot project, during the pilot project.
2010-11 is also
During-
not that hunky-dory.
yeah,
but I appreciate the fact that they came to the people of Assam in anti-cab movement.
I am running short of time. My last question to you, Babita Sharma, my last question to you, the AIUDF has no candidate in Guwahati. Is it going to help you? There is a secret alliance, right, between the Congress and the AIUDF. You have fielded a weak candidate in Dhubri. That is what most people are saying. That is an allegation. Babita. AIUDF. Babita Sharma.
In a way, yes, but then also I can say that at the ground level, our people are working. We have a good network, grassroots network.
Okay.
So they have been asked to work at the grassroots level. So that way I have met
Babita
them.
Sharma, thank you. Babita Sharma, thank you very much. Your last concluding remarks, Dr. Prasenjit Biswas.
Yeah, my remark is that there is a strong politics of polarization as an undercurrent to this whole political campaign. 6 communities who are asking for tribal status has been sidelined. And people who are let out of NRC, their claims and objection process are also not duly conducted. It is proposed that people who are left out will be put with a radio chip. For the first time, human beings are treated like animals in the NRC process. And that's a big issue in Lower Assam and in Barak Valley as an election issue. I just want to draw your attention to this.
Dr. Akhil Ranjan Datta, what is going to happen? How are you seeing things develop in the next few days?
I'm not very sure what will happen in next few days, but I sincerely believe that BJP in 5 years really did something which couldn't be done by Congress. What did they do? They have distorted the constitutional values of our democracy, and last 2.5 years or 3 years they have broken down the consensus around Assam, accord in Assam. Thereby they have also broken down the foundation of peace and harmony in the state of Assam.
Okay, Dilip Padri, your concluding remarks. How do you see the people of Assam, give their verdict in this election?
People of Assam will voted for Mitra Jyot. I see that thing very clearly.
People of Assam will vote for the alliance. If I may ask you, Janki Goswami, why should the people of Assam vote for the alliance?
See, our agenda is based on development and protection of the political and constitutional rights of the indigenous people. And I am sure the people will understand this. And it is a war not between the Congress and the BJP, it is a war between Modi ji and Rahul Gandhi, his next contender. So, Narendra Modi, we have seen, is a new age leader. He has the support of crores of people across India, and also the new age, young generation.
Okay.
So, I am sure this is a battle between Modi ji and Rahul Gandhi, and in this battle, Modi ji is going to win.
So, Mayur Bora, the BJP spokesperson seems to have given a lot of importance to Rahul Gandhi. It's a battle between Modi ji and Rahul Gandhi.
What do you think? Maybe because of the last 4 elections where I think the Congress has given BJP a run for their money. That's why they have realized earlier all the time they are ridiculing Rahul Gandhi. I am not a supporter of Rahul Gandhi to put record straight, but let me tell you that I am more concerned as a common citizen of the country about the health of the Indian democracy. The robust constitutional values and ethos with which the founding father of this republic has established this state, because of the dance of democracy you are mentioning some time back, that dance of democracy has degenerated into an indecorous dance of democracy.
Absolutely.
That is why we must try to make it less undignified, less uncivil and more decent.
Absolutely.
So that people develop trust in that.
Thank you.
Let us not write epitaph of democracy.
I would like to end this debate with this very, very interesting quote of Lal Krishna Advani, who had written in his blog, "Nation first, party second, and self last." I think that sums up rather than individuals in this election. We'll have to wait and watch how the people of this great democracy vote on election days. Remember, viewers, 7-phase elections, and it is the 3-phase in the Northeast, April 11th, 18th. And 23rd, we are going live. Northeast Live is going live from morning 6:30 on all these 3 election days, April 11th, 18th, and 23rd. See you, viewers. On this note, I end this edition of Northeast Tonight. Good night and goodbye.